Good afternoon. Welcome to Yin and Reiki. For those of you lying down, you're actually in the perfect position to start, so go ahead and get comfy. Everyone else, go ahead and grab your bolster and bring it either on the long edge, creating a T shape, or you can also use your blocks to create support for your head and your shoulders, as we'll be starting in a fish pose today to open our chest and our hearts. So go ahead and give yourself a few moments to figure out how you'd like to arrive on your spine. Find your sweet spot with your breath and softly close the eyes. Without changing the style of your breath, just notice how you feel. See if you can ground the back of your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Start to feel into your space with your body. Starting with our toes, let's see if we can loosen our grip, soften the ankles, soften your heels. Start to breathe into the legs. Feel the hips melt into your mat space. Feel the belly rise as you breathe deeper. Feel the chest fall as you slowly exhale. Start to bring your awareness into your third eye, the space in between your eyebrows. Notice if you can surrender and let go your thoughts. Blend your thoughts, your mind, with your breath and your body. Just let everything melt. Then start to deepen your breathing. Seal the lips shut. Let's take a slow, deep inhale through the nose. Feel it travel up the hips into the spine. Let it swirl in and out around the heart. Then exhale, feel the back of your shoulders release. The space in between your eyebrows soften even more. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out through the nose. Feel it travel up the spine into the crown. Slowly exhale, see if you can melt the back of your heart into your bolster or your block. I invite you to set an intention in your heart space today. Be gentle with your thoughts and your intention with your heart. Softly inhale into the heart space. Feel it expand and grow. Then gently exhale through the back of the heart. Let your heart's energy orbit around your entire physical body. See if you can radiate your intention into your entire mat space. And then blend it with your breath. For the next 3 rounds of breath, focus on breathing in all 4 directions. Up the legs, up the spine into the crown, And then out through the sides of your body, the rib cage, the arms, the fingertips. Unite the breath at the center of your heart space. Let it continuously flow. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Go ahead and empty all the air out from your belly. Then take a slow, deep inhale through the nose. Feel the rise of your chest. Feel the heat travel up your throat into the crown. Slowly exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Start to awaken the toes, the legs. Bring your breath and your energy into your fingertips. And then mindfully roll over into fetal position. Be mindful to not roll off your props too quickly. Using your bicep as a comfy pillow, go ahead and ground your free hand into the earth. Feel the connection of Mother Earth as she supports you. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel it travel into the back of your heart. And as you slowly exhale, mindfully press up to a comfortable seat. Take your time. Go ahead and cross your ankles and root both hips evenly into the earth. Bringing both palms facing up to receive on the top of your lap. Let's roll the shoulders up and down away from our ears. Let's inhale through the tailbone up the spine into the crown. Slowly exhale, soften the shoulders away from your ears. On your next inhale, let's breathe into the low belly, into the chest, and then into the third eye. Feel the slight lift of your crown. Exhale, slowly sigh it out. Slowly release your palms to your side. We'll inhale, sweep the arms nice and slow up overhead. Gaze can go up the fingertips. Exhale, take a slight back bend. Softly cactus your arms. Inhale, mindfully restack the fingertips across your spine. Then exhale, slowly take a seated twist to the right side of the room. Ground both hips evenly. As you inhale through the nose, lengthen the crown. Exhale, deepen your gaze down the right shoulder. Focusing on our breath in the heart space. Inhale through the front of your heart. Exhale through the back of your heart. Maybe you deepen your twist even more. Slowly unwind, take your time. Sweep the fingertips up to the sky, gaze goes up. Exhale, take your slight back bend, actively shine your palms this time. Inhale, spiral the pinkies in, restack the spine. Exhale, gently take your seated twist to the left side. Root both hips evenly as you exhale. Then inhale up the spine into the crown and then deepen your twist. Breathing and twisting from our heart space, grounding through the hips. Then slowly unravel, sweep the arms up to the sky, gaze goes up the fingertips one last time. Then exhale, softly bring your palms to heart center to touch your heart. Soften the elbows. See if you can stack your crown directly over your heart. Take a few moments to just notice your heartbeats. Notice how you feel. Then mindfully press the palms up to the sky, deep breath in. Then exhale, slowly fold over your comfortable seat, arrive in tabletop. Untuck your toes, stack the palms directly underneath your shoulders. Then drop the belly as you take a slight inhale through the nose. Find your cow pose. Breathe through the front and the back of your heart. And then exhale, round, find your cat pose. Let the crown hang nice and heavy for 1 round of breath. Then let's flow in and out, breath to movement for 3 rounds of breath. Take your time. Move intuitively with your breath and then find your neutral tabletop position. Keeping the hips elevated, we'll find our heart melting puppy's pose. Slowly crawl the forearms and then release the third eye. Melt your chest into the front of your mat space. Take a few moments to settle in. Ground your third eye. And then release the chest into the earth as you slowly inhale through the nose. Exhale, deepen your breath into the hips, into the low back. Swirl this energy into the back of your heart for 3 more rounds of breath. Take your time to breathe up and down and left and right. Taking your time, slowly unwind as we crawl, the hands underneath our shoulders, lifting the chest back into tabletop position. Spread the fingertips nice and wide once you arrive. Finding our cow pose, let's drop our belly again, shine your heart forward, take a slight breath in through the nose. Then exhale, tuck the toes, round your spine, find your cat pose. Slowly float back to your neutral tabletop position, untuck the toes, then gently wag your hips and your tail side to side. Finding our thread the needle pose, we'll start with the right arm. Slowly plant the left arm underneath, firmly into Mother Earth. Then slowly inhale, lift the right arm to the sky, roll out the wrist. Gently release your right shoulder and your right cheek to the earth, thread your needle. Option to take a half bind, bring your hand behind your low back. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. And feel the essence of your heartbeat blend with your breath. Take 3 more gentle breaths, with each exhale hugging your heart with your breath. If you took that half bind, slowly release your hand back to the earth. Mindfully crawl that hand underneath your shoulder, press into the earth as we rise. Roll out the wrist in the opposite direction. And slowly return both hands to tabletop. Spread them nice and wide. Before we transition to the other side, let's bring the big toes in together to touch, then lift them off our mat space. We'll gently wag our hips side to side, gazing down the shoulders. Slowly release the tops of your toes to your mat space, preparing for our thread the needle on the other side. Go ahead and plant your left hand into the earth. Then right hand into the earth, and slowly inhale, lift the left hand nice and high. Then slowly thread the needle, release your shoulder and your jaw to Mother Earth. Option to take that half bind on this side. Take 3 more gentle breaths on this side. With each exhale, let's breathe out through the back of our heart space. Slowly release. Plant your palms to Mother Earth. As we unwind, we'll slowly inhale, lift that arm up to the sky, roll out the wrists. Slowly release back to tabletop. Take your time to swivel the legs out in front of you, find your comfortable seat. Grabbing onto your bolster or your blocks, just grab them and set them off to the side. Let's grab the tops of our knees and ground our hips into the earth. Inhale, slowly pull your heart forwards, find your seated cow pose. Exhale, round, release your chin to your chest. Then flow in and out, breath to movement, awaken the spine as you breathe. Send the breath up and down, left and right. Find your long neutral spine, grabbing onto your bolster or your blocks, preparing for our caterpillar pose. Option to bring it on the highest height for your forehead, and then slowly inhale, lift the fingertips up to the sky, and then exhale, round and release your third eye. Option to create a shelf for your bolster as well if you'd like to release even deeper. Start to soften the shoulders away from your ears as you slowly exhale. Close the eyes, tune into your heart space with your breath. With each exhale, let the breath travel down the spine into the hips. And then back up into the crown, into the third eye. Let the breath naturally flow up and down, left and right. Take a cleansing breath together. Let's inhale up the spine into the crown, and then slowly exhale, sigh it out. Take your time to slowly rise, restack the hips and the spine and the crown. Gently remove your props off to the side. We'll extend the legs out nice and long. Go ahead and roll the ankles. If your knees are still tight, go ahead and bring a generous bend into your knees. We'll slowly inhale, lift the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, take your slight back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale, slowly spiral the pinkies in. Then exhale, slowly round. Option to grab onto your blocks or your bolster for support for your third eye or your forehead. Opening the insides of our hips and releasing the low back and the crown nice and heavy. Find your sweet spot as you lean forward. Start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath and send the breath down the spine and then down both legs into the ankles. Option to deepen or back out. Then take a full inhale into the low belly, into the heart, and then slowly exhale, sigh it out. With your eyes closed, slowly crawl your hands back to your hips, lifting the crown. Take your time to restack the spine and remove the props off to the side. Then slowly angle your legs in deer position to the right side of the room, planting both hips evenly into the earth. Option to close the eyes or soften the gaze. Once you find both hips into the earth, we'll slowly inhale, lift the hands up to the sky. Then exhale, gently take a twist over to the left side of the room. Root both hips evenly into the earth. Then exhale, slowly deepen your gaze. Slowly unwind, sweep the arms up overhead. Then exhale, grab onto your bolster or your prop, bring it out in front of you. Slowly inhale, and then exhale, lead with your heart, and then ground your right cheek or your left cheek onto your prop. Ground your palms into the earth. And then let the shoulders drop away from your ears. Start to deepen your breath, and then send the energy down the arms into the fingertips. Take your time to slowly press up, lifting your heart off your bolster or your prop. Slowly remove the prop off to the side as we swivel the legs out in front of you, planting the heels, arms by our hips. We'll gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. Then take your time to slowly point the knees and the heels behind you in the opposite direction for your deer pose. Grabbing onto your bolster, slowly glide it out in front of you. Go ahead and inhale, lift the fingertips up to the sky, and then exhale, slowly twist. Inhale, slowly lift the crown, and then exhale, slowly unwind, take your time. Let's lift the fingertips with our breath. And then exhale, slowly sleep your deer onto your bolster. Release the opposite cheek down this time. Start to harmonize your thoughts with your breath. And then on each exhale, slowly release anything out of your head, out through the nose or out through the mouth. Start to send your energy into your palms, into your fingertips. Then take your time to slowly lift the chest, restack your spine, slowly unwind. Gently remove your bolster off to the side. We'll plant the heels to the mat again, arms by your side. We'll windshield wiper the legs side to side. Slowly plant the heels into the earth, then lower all the way down onto your spine, grabbing your block nearby. Preparing for our supported bridge pose, slowly glide your ankles closer to your glutes. Then press firmly into the heels and into the palms as we slowly rise, and then lower the hips onto the block. If you'd like to go deeper, you can bring in on the second or the third level. Take a few moments to find the height that works for you today. Find your sweet spot with your shoulders, your hips, your ankles. Then open the palms facing up to receive. Let the shoulders melt into the mat. Option to keep the ankles into the earth, or if you like to deepen, extend the legs out nice and long. For the next 3 rounds of breath, as you exhale, send your energy into your tailbone. See if you can ground the back of your hips into your prop even more. If your legs are extended, slowly glide them back to the earth, planting the heels. Turn the palms facing down, and then start to press into the ankles as we lift the hips off your block, and then gently remove it off to the side, lower the hips. And then mindfully windshield wiper the legs side to side, bring some movement and blood flow back to the lower body. Find your center with your ankles, then slowly hug your knees in towards your chest. grabbing onto your shins. Massage out your low back as you gently sway side to side. Find the center with your hips and keep your knees bent in towards your chest. We'll bring the arms out to a T, palms facing down to ground. As you inhale, slowly pull the knees in towards your torso. Then exhale, slowly drop them over to the right side of the room for your supine twist. Option to grab your block for support for your knees if they can't quite touch the ground. Settle in with your breath, and then slowly deepen your gaze down the opposite side to deepen into your twist. Softly breathe up and down the spine, and then down left and right, down each fingertip and each arm. Unite your exhales at the center of your heart. Then slowly bringing energy back to your fingertips. Let's press the hips back up, hugging the knees in towards our face. Take a slight inhale through the nose, and then exhale, slowly drop them over to the left side of the room. Stack your hips. Option to grab onto your block for support on this side. Take two slow, deep breaths in through the nose, and then exhale, deepen your gaze down to the right side. With each exhale, focus on breathing out through the back of your heart. Take 3 more gentle breaths on this twist. With each exhale, see if you can breathe into the eyes. And slowly ground your palms as we restack the hips. Slowly float them back to the center. Then give yourself a nice big hug and squeeze to bring the knees out nice and wide. Slowly grab onto your big toes, ankles, or shins. Lift the heels up to the sky for your happy baby pose. Gently sway side to side with your breath. Send the breath up and down the tailbone. And then slowly return the hips back to center. Release your grip. Slowly bring the heels in together to touch. Butterfly the knees out. Find your recline butterfly pose. Option to grab onto your blocks for support for your knees. Or even grab your bolster and use it for support for your ankles if you'd like to elevate your legs. If you'd like to deepen, pull the ankles in closer towards your hips. And then find your sweet spot with your breath. Close the eyes, bring the palms facing up. Cleanse your thoughts with your breath. Let's breathe mindfully up the spine into the third eye. Then exhale, let it wash away from your physical body. Feel the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. And slowly glide the knees back in together to touch. Gently remove your prop off to the side if you used it for support. Plant the ankles into the earth. And then slowly ankle, heel toe the feet out to the length of your mat. And then bring the knees in together to kiss for your fallen bridge pose. Palms facing up to receive, and then breathe up and down the shoulders, left and right. Then send the breath down into the tailbone, into the hips, and then into the legs. Find your natural style of breathing. Just let it travel up and down, in and out of your entire body. Let's take a clearing breath together. Slowly inhale deeply into the belly. Feel the lift of your heart. And then pause at the crown. Slowly exhale, release, let it go. Mindfully heel toe the feet back to the center of your mat space. And then extend the feet out nice and long. Let's take a full body stretch. As you inhale, you'll flex the toes, sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale, slowly glide the ankles to the right corner edge of your mat. Option to deepen and cross your ankle over. And then slowly glide your upper body to meet the same side. Find your half moon pose. Option to grab onto opposite elbow or tee out the arms. Gently let the shoulders release as you exhale into your mat, and then ground the hips and the ankles into the earth. Breathe up and down the left side of your side body, and then left and right through your heart space. For the next 3 breaths, let's outline the left side of your body, starting from the toes. Let it breathe up the side of the hips, into the shoulders, up the arms. And then imagine it creating a beautiful half moon shape on the other side with your breath. Mindfully uncross the ankles back to the center of your mat space. And then start to shimmy your shoulders as you take a full body stretch. Flex the toes. And then slowly release the ankles over to the opposite side. Ground your hips evenly with your exhale, and then slowly shimmy your shoulders to find your half moon variation on this side. Take a few moments to ground the hips, the ankles, and the shoulders evenly with your breath. And then send the breath up and down the right side body this time. Start to trace the outline of your body with your breath, starting from the crown, down the side body into the hips, the legs, the ankles, and then back up on the other side. Slowly unwind the ankles back to the center of your mat space, and then shimmy your shoulders, your upper body, take that full body stretch again, flex your toes. Take a deep breath in through the center of your heart space. Then exhale, slowly release your palms by your side. Facing up to receive, bring the ankles nice and wide. Slowly bring your left hand over your little belly and your right hand over your heart space. Just notice the natural style of your breathing. See if you're breathing into the heart or the belly first. Then start to seal the lips shut. Let's breathe into the low belly. Feel the lift of your left hand. Then exhale, release from the belly. Feel the back of your hips ground. Then slowly release all the air out from your nose. Seal the lips shut. Let's take a deep breath into the center of your heart. Feel the lift of your right hand and your chest. Exhale, ground the back of your heart into the mat space. And let's breathe in unison, starting with the belly, up the spine into the heart. And then exhale, release the right hand and the left hand. Palms facing up to receive. Option to take one more final pose before you find your Shavasana tonight. Maybe it's movement, or maybe it's finding your props to get nice and cozy. Take your time. I'll be playing the sound bowl and some instruments during Shavasana today. So take your time to settle in and ground and release and anchor all your energy. Let's take some clearing breaths. Start to seal the lips shut. Let's inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, let it go, sigh it out. This time, let's inhale through the nose, pause at the crown. Exhale, sigh it out. Feel the hips and the ankles ground. Then let's remove any stagnant energy. Take the deepest breath in you've taken so far today. Breathe deeply into the heart, front and back. Then exhale, fully surrender and release. Let your mind drift off. Your thoughts and your feelings blend together. Start to breathe into the toes. See if you can soften the ankles even more. Melt the legs into the mat space. Breathe up the legs into the hips, into the abdomen, into the rib cage. See if you can soften your belly, your hips. Let it go. And start to breathe into your heart, front and back, into the throat, into the crown. See if you can soften the face, the jaw, the fingertips, your thoughts. Give yourself a quick body scan from head to toe. See if you need to breathe into any part of your body to let go even more. Be gentle with your breath. And then connect back to your intention in the heart center. Blend your intention with the essence of your energy. Let it orbit up and down, in and around the entire body, your entire mat space, and then in this room. Let it radiate from your heart center. See it glow brighter and lighter. And then bring this energy back into your mind's eye. Slowly bring energy into your fingertips, and then open and close the fists. Mindfully take a full body stretch from head to toe, flex your toes. Breathe into all four sides of your body. And with your eyes closed, roll over to your favorite side, take your time. Feel the connection of the earth again. Give Mother Earth thanks for the safety and support. Then mindfully press up to a comfortable seat. Take your time to arrive back to class, back to this room. We'll close our practice today with both hands over our heart space. Slowly roll the shoulders up and down to bring a gentle lift to your crown and your heart. Then let's empty all air from our low belly. Then breathe deeply into the heart. Feel the lift of your spine. And softly exhale, sigh it out. This time, let's breathe deeply into the front and the back of our heart. And then exhale, gently hug your heart with your exhale. Our last breath, give somebody in this room a gentle hug with your breath from your heart space. Take your time to breathe and energetically send it to somebody else in this room. Then slowly float your thumbs to third eye center. Acknowledge the intention you set, the breath you brought to class today, your energy, your mind, your body, your soul. We'll bow together to honor each and every one of us. Namaste.
Namaste.